expected to feature prominently during the UN Food Systems Summit, which will take place virtually during the ongoing UN General Assembly. The summit will focus on ensuring access to safe and nutritious food for all and a shift to sustainable consumption patterns, among other topics. Well, let's discuss this further with Abebe Haile Gabriel, the Assistant Director General and Regional Representative for Africa at the Food and Agriculture Organization. Abebe, why is it important for global leaders to pay special attention to food systems?
Thank you for having me. First, this is because ending hunger and malnutrition in all forms is a shared agenda for all. It is a unifying agenda, the success of which will have positive effect on all other sustainable development goals. On the other hand, a failure in achieving the goal on ending hunger and malnutrition will negatively impact progress on other sustainable development goals. But secondly, the evidences are compelling for taking bold actions. The world is not on track to ending hunger and malnutrition by 2030. Between 720 and 811 million people are faced with hunger in 2020. And this is an increase by about 161 million people from 2019. About 282 million of these are in Africa, and this would constitute more than a quarter of Africa's population. Healthy diets are not affordable to the majority of the people, and the drivers are many and overlapping. As you know, conflicts, climate variability and extremes, economic slowdowns and downturns, the transboundary pests and diseases. We have already known enough about COVID-19, the desert locusts in Eastern Africa, among others. And the projections confirm, without bold actions to accelerate progress, hunger will not be eradicated by 2030. These are interrelated and require collaborative actions by all, most importantly by leaders. That is why we have global leaders who have gathered in New York at this special summit to make their bold commitments, hence the special attention to food systems.
Right, and I suppose as a result of that, the question is, how can food systems then be scaled up sustainably to ensure that everyone has access to enough nutrition?
The answer lies in transforming agri-food systems for it to be more efficient, more inclusive, more resilient, and more sustainable. Efficient systems raise food productivity along the whole food supply chains, not just at production, and makes food more available and more affordable through reduction in unit costs of production, for example. Inclusive systems integrate job opportunities and improve incomes for a lot of people, hence improved access to food. Resilient systems address the challenges of vulnerability of livelihoods and production systems, which is a structural bottleneck in regions such as in Africa. Sustainable systems lead to reduction of waste and lead to judicious management and utilization of natural resources. So this will collectively contribute to better production, to better nutrition, a better environment, and better life for all, without leaving no one behind.
Indeed, and all eyes will be on the UN Food Systems Summit. I guess the next question would be, what kind of action plans should those attending the UN Summit come up with?
The aspiration is for countries and partners to build food systems that can deliver food security and nutrition for all. That can also sustain the livelihoods of the diverse agri-food system actors, because there are so many actors along the supply chain, along the agri-food value chains, from production, processing, distribution, consumption, but also food systems that should not compromise the economic, social, and environmental base needed to ensure the food security and nutrition of the future generations. And ambitious commitments from a broad range of leaders and partners are expected for concerted actions on what the Secretary General would call Feed Hope for a Better Future along 5 action tracks. And these are ensure access to safe and nutritious food for all, shift to sustainable consumption patterns, boost nature-positive solutions production, advance equitable livelihoods, and build resilience to vulnerabilities, shocks, and stress.
And finally, Abebe, looking specifically at the African continent, how can innovation and technology then be applied, especially to the continent, to mitigate against food scarcity?
Innovation is key, but it's not just in science and in technology, but also in policy, in systems, in institutions, including in finance. These are key for success, and innovation covers all this. And there are innovative solutions that Africa can tap into and develop to transform the agri-food systems, to achieve, as I said earlier, better production, better nutrition, better environment, a better life for all. Africa can uptake and adapt existing technologies and innovations and harness them for accelerating this food systems transformation. For example, digital agriculture is driving change and transformation in rural Africa. We know this, in which young people are the major drivers. We need to take advantage of this. However, we have to also recognize the fact that there are significant gaps between the global scale available options that are available and the local and national level capacities, which are weak. This can be bridged through institutional innovations and policy innovations and capacity strengthening to promote science, innovation, technology, and knowledge sharing and application.
Right.
Institutions such as FAO, these are the things which we support countries to do.
Right. Okay, thank you very much, Abebe Haile Gabriel, the Assistant Director General and Regional Representative at the Food and Agriculture Organization, speaking to us live there.